Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever. Last time we extended the main line down to Kendal. This time I'm going to be finishing off this sort of subsidiary line, I guess, that was running up to Dunstable, and it's going to come through Kendal and across to Bicester, where then I think I'd planned to run up from Bicester through to Bradford into this third platform up here. Yeah, I've got the tracks ready here. I've not used them yet. So that's the plan for today. I also know what I want to run on that line up to Bradford. What is it with the buses in Bicester always telling me how much money they lose? Could you not? So to start with, we're going to put a terminus in Dunstable. The residential's up this end, which is quite helpful. Especially as it means I could put a ferry down the other, not a ferry, a cargo boat down the other end. Why have we got an old road over here? Interesting decision there, Town Council. So we're probably just going to have the one platform here. And everything else is just going to be left as default. And wow, this is quite the hill I'm building into, so maybe I'm going to have to go more at that sort of angle. And then, having left the station, we can sort of turn out in the direction we need to go, which is down to this junction. And it might be better off if I build it up, because I can tell the houses are already getting in the way up here. Oh, Mallard is arriving with its weird little hump that I possibly need to consider removing the hump. I might do that now, actually. The hump is weird, and the hump doesn't need to exist. If I just went straight, sure, I'm going to have a ditch, but it would look so much better. And when I say ditch, I mean whatever this is. I guess is kind of a ditch. There we go, sorted. Okay. Cutting, there's the word. There's the word I'm looking for. I can smooth it out a bit and then it won't be quite as dramatic. Because dramatic cuttings are not my game. What is complaining? You. You're not getting enough items shipped. Okay, well, we'll look at the trucks in a minute. Well, I say a minute, it will probably be several episodes. At some point, I will consider the trucks. What are you? Where are you going? The Bognor Regis bus, you've not even turned up yet to run down here. It's taken you this long. You only got to there. Okay then. Well, you keep going. I'm sure you'll arrive eventually. That is quite the corner, isn't it? Yeah, good luck with that, buses. You'll get there eventually. You need to go, road. So I need this light to come out with its weird little ditch that it's decided on having there. And I've decided on a straight that way route until it needs to sort of autosave. I think it needs to sort of S-bend into the station if I remember correctly. Autosave, thank you. So we'll just carry on going straight. We need to go across this road, which I'm sure the road will have absolutely everything to complain about. I was going to say, I'm sure the road will have absolutely no problem with, but of course it won't, because it's Transport Fever. Who am I kidding? Seriously? Where do I have to put it for there not to be an issue? There? Okay then. I'm not totally sure Is that a hill? Seriously, game. We're going to have some real issues. That's better. And then, yeah, we possibly need to consider turning right. The weird striking out from the station didn't end up working as planned, because I would have been better off just following the tractor up here and then peeling off. But oh well, I've decided on 2 separate tracks. And there's some Amtrak coaches, years after I got the first Amtrak loco. This game doesn't have to make sense. Ideally, if I can keep the 75 up, that would be good, but I'm going to have to come at it quite a wide curve to do that. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to meet up with that. I might. It's possible. Coming in at 46 is not ideal. Also, the too much slope error is not ideal. Both of those causing me issues. We almost managed 75 there. I wonder if I cut it back a little further, we could manage to keep up. No, we've just dropped it over there now. Oh well. It's not a big issue, like, the train's running along here. I'm probably going to actually be able to get 75, so kind of is an issue, but oh well. So I have an idea for what trains I want to run along this line. I'm not convinced I've got them actually installed in the game at the moment. Wow, I'm getting some real lag. The smoothing tool doesn't normally lag this much. We'll just pause the game and hope that that's what's causing the issue. Let's smooth out, and then come in with the signals, which that's what we don't really need. We sort of get a bit obsessed with that, and double signals up the line. Way more double signals than I need, but I like to future-proof in such a way that is excessive. Signals in at the end of the station. And there we go. Now the line is booked from Dunstable through to Kendal. Now I'm going to build in from the Vista side towards Kendal because I have plans for Vista. Vista's got the one station out here. That's not practical. It's going to get a second one down here. And when I work out what I want to do for that, that will be even better. And I'm really not sure what I want to do for it, so I think I want this station to have 6 platforms and to not be 1850 era. I want that to not exist. And then I want the standard 5-track system to be in play along here. Like so. These 2 tracks are going to have... Is it in this menu? Yes, it is. Buffers. That one, I think, works. Back to that before I forget later. Yes, so I want to remove this road. And I want a station with 2 platforms here. What is that slope? Could we not have it, please? Game. Hello, flat. Yeah, it's going to be on a slightly unusual angle, but that'll be fine. I'm going to delete this road temporarily, remembering that it's got a bus stop on it. Bring this up here. Bring the 5th track up to here, and like so. Then remove the 5th track because it's unnecessary, and work out what I want to do aside from that. I need to rebuild the road for a start, so let's do that. Too much slope. Where? Where is the slope? Where is the slope that is too much? That's fine. I don't see any slopes. Okay then. The bus stop. Put that back in. The game's now happy. Presumably. I presume the game is now happy. It looks like it's dealt with that pretty okay. Then we're now sort of heading towards that plant, which isn't ideal. This road can come down to there, but we also want it to sort of come off in this direction and up to there. Now then, if we come off this way, we'll have to cross the river and then we come in underneath Kendal, is the plan. Whether that will work remains to be seen. We'll have to drop down to 2 tracks at some point. This would be as good a time as any to do that. Before we get into dealing with the bridge. We've managed to avoid the station platform, which should increase journey speeds. There we go, that looks terrible, but doesn't it always? Can we perhaps not look terrible? Can we perhaps go at a level that is not terrible? Like that, for example. That was not terrible. There we go, that looks better. So now we just have the 2 tracks to deal with. Coming round here, it probably should build up at some point. Sort of like that. Then onto a bridge of undetermined type. I quite like this bridge for this. This feels like the right sort of bridge to use. We'll bring it over, like so. And then we need to go down again. And I think we're pretty much heading in the correct direction already, but I'll double check. Yeah, I mean the track actually comes out down here, so we'll have to curve around and up. Maintaining a speed of 75, I think, but not like that. However, game, that looks terrible. That will do. And up. And maintaining your speed of 75. Autosave is back. How nice. And yes, maintain the speed of 75 up the hill. Suddenly we're out the top and it doesn't know what to do because it's on a weird slope. So we'll cut it back a little bit. That'll do. It looks terrible, but doesn't it always? And then it can sort of cut across to there. What is that? That feels like an unnecessary tunnel to me. know what we think about unnecessary tunnels, game. A cheeky tunnel is fine, but an unnecessary tunnel is a step too far. Up. And that's an S-bend, and I don't like S-bends like that. Like the occasional S-bend, but not one quite that exaggerated when I'm already doing curves. And there we go. I'll just smooth out some of the terrain because it's made a mess of things as per usual. Can't expect the game to be sensible about this sort of thing. So an option is to add in a second station. I was pointing to the monitor and that wouldn't work. Add in a second station here for Kendal. But it is quite close to the current one, so I think it might be worth waiting until Kendal grows and see if it's worth putting in a second. This is what you get when you have the line stop on one side of a town and then go through the other side, as you have the opportunity to add a second station in the future. Bicester just needed a second station to begin with because look at this. Yes, Vista South works. It's not really south, it's more, you know, whatever that way is, west. Name it. Vista West. And we have the line sort of cut there. What are the contours like? Because that is uphill. Yes. Okay, so I think striking a diagonal up is going to be worth it. Coming out like that. Striking a diagonal up the hill. So that it is not climbing too rapidly at any point. I think this looks like it's going to climb at the right sort of pace. I'll probably have to curve back to the right a bit once we reach the top, just to go round the depot that I've built terribly. Although, like, I can curve like that. This road is going to need to go, and I've only just rebuilt that a couple of episodes ago. And it can come back now. That one. Have you made the track look terrible? You somewhat have, but I'm going to put up with it. You're coming up like this, so yeah, you are going to have to turn around a little bit. It's probably best to build from this angle though. Otherwise the track at the top will overturn. Carry on straight. Remove this road. And in we go. Sorted. Yeah, I mean, if we could have just carried on straight if the depot didn't exist, and it would have come in pretty much perfectly. But the depot exists, so we can't. I do like the fact that. Okay, no. That is better, but not great. But what are we doing, game? There we go. I do like the fact that it has sort of built up around this 4 tracks section out. The city, I mean. I worded that terribly. But you know what I mean, it's like there's the main line out here, the depot back here, but this is all built up since I put the buses in. Like they're just building to the south, not just the north. And it's barely building to the north. But I think that's because residential is to the south in Bradford. Yeah, down here, there's a little bit up here, a little bit over here. Commercial. I've helpfully built the station in the middle of the commercial district. Then industrial's up here. And there's a plane outside which you might be able to hear. I'm going to go through and put the signals in quickly, and I'll be back when I've done that. I'm back, I've put the signals in, so now it's time to make the route, which is going to start up here in Dunstable. Lag still exists. That's a bus stop. I appear to have connected there. Bognor Regis, Atherstone, Kendal. Yeah, that's the wrong platform at Kendal, but you know, we'll work it out. Vista West, Vista Junction, and Bradford-on-Avon. It's struggling somewhat. I'll clear it up in a minute. It's probably got confused about some platforms somewhere. So, Dunstable Platform 1, that's correct. Down to Bognor Regis. Platform 3. 4. Sorry, we drive on the right. Bognor Regis on the way back will be 3. That bit's done. Atherstone. It should be 1 on the way out, 2 on the way back. Kendal should be 3 on the way out, 4 on the way back. Vista West is 2 on the way out, 1 on the way back. Autosave's back again. How nice of it. Yeah, get on with the autosave. And Bicester Junction is 5 on the way out, 6 on the way back. Then Bradford is 3, I do believe. There we go. But we can't get from Bicester Junction to Bradford. I wouldn't be surprised if there is an issue with the points. It should be fine, you should be able to go across there. That's not a one-way signal. Can you not get across that? I won't be surprised, actually. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that a 2-way. That's one way. I'm going to put another crossover in down here. Does that work? No. I think there must be a signal facing the wrong way then. After Bicester, can you get up here? No. Here? No. This is how you have to check. Where can it get to? You can get there. 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 Okay. Aha, there's a gap in the track. That would do it. Fix the gap in the track. Now it works. And it's using the original one that I wanted it to use, so I can move this one back here and make that back into a one-way. There we go. The train exists now. I need to name it. That will be done to I've used Bognor before, so I need to check what I called it. BGR to Atherstone to Kendal to Bicester West and Bicester Junction. So what have I used for Bicester Junction? BIC. So Bicester West will be BCW. BIC. BOA. We'll give it a line. Oh, that's a bright line. and then we'll do it out of this depot probably by trains. I think I haven't. It's not released yet. Okay, that's to be yeah, that's fair enough. Actually, it was built in the 2000s. I'm not really sure what I was expecting. Okay, we'll do an electric for now then. We could do an Amtrak passenger. Now we've actually got some Amtrak coaches and everything. I don't have enough money. God, the Amtrak coach is so expensive. Okay, that's fair enough that I don't have enough money. We're not doing that. We got some cheaper coaches. They're 1.41. They're 965k. $16 million. Have we got anything affordable? What is a BR47? And some of these are expensive, but they're cheaper than them. It's going to look a bit weird. Can I get two? No. Well, one will do for now. I'll leave the game running before I next record so that I can get some more money. It's going to look terrible, but it's a placeholder. And some vehicles which their lifetimes. So we might have to do. I might not leave it running, but leave it running while do the next episode of just replacing vehicles, possibly. Going through and sorting out stuff that's reached its lifetime. Come on, train. I mean, that's an interesting option that you've done there. An interesting route you've taken. Bit of a zigzag. But I guess it works. And round the curve at the end. And now that we've arrived, I'm going to speed up time because otherwise it's going to take forever. And we'll go for a ride on a very sped up route. Yeah, that's a little bump. There's not a lot I can do about it. Bit of a roller coaster out past the depot. But the rest of the route should be pretty okay. So I think I'll leave off here. I'll leave it running. The episode will end when we get to the other end of the route probably. Thanks for watching and see you next time.